and welcome back to the Knits for the Soul podcast. My name is Claudia and it's December and actually vlogmas time, but I'm not taking part because I have no time for that. I really don't know how to do that. So you just saw my dog Evo. He is here for company. Actually, he was supposed to sit on the other side of the sofa, but he didn't have none of that. So he's here. He's probably making noises, but I hope it won't distract from all the knitting I have for you in this episode. Thank you for returning. Thank you for coming by if you are a new viewer, and thanks for all the comments and your patience, because it took again so long for me to record, but as you know, life gets in the way and we are very busy over here and there is a lot of work. There are a lot of other things that take up our time, and then we just prefer to get cozy and relax and read and knit, and so not a lot of time and energy for podcasting. That's why I have a lot of stuff to show you today, and I really do hope I will be able to have another podcast episode this December. I also recorded a lot of footage in the past weeks, and I hope I can make this episode a bit Christmassy. In the back you see my son's advent calendar. There's also the dog's calendar. I got that at a grocery store and it's filled with treats and he loves it so far. And and my son gets sweets and little presents I collected over the past month. So then he's really excited to check out what is everywhere, and especially this one, the 24th. So in Germany we celebrate 24th days, and real Christmas is on Christmas Eve actually for us. And so it's 24 days, not 25. Anyway, as you see, I don't really have a plan. I have all the stuff I want to talk about next to me. Oh, and forgot the scissors for the yarn bag. Well, let's see. With what should I start? Probably with, let's say, the oldest projects I finished. And so a fun thing I was able to take part in was the test knit by Laura of Penrose Knits for her school run hat and mittens and headband test. And I made this cute little school run hat. Isn't that adorable? I think it's adorable. I opted for the two-pointed crown, and I used, oh gosh, I already packed it away. This is a Hjertegarn Lima wool. It's 100% wool. It's, I think, a DK weight, and a very, very pretty dusty purple color. And I love to knit it. It's a very fast knit, so perfect for gift knitting. I intend this to fit my friend Anne's daughter Elizabeth. So I will send this to her and hope it fits. I mean, it's very stretchy. It's soft. I hope she likes it. So this was Laura of Penrose Knits from the Knitting Pickle podcast. School run hat. Very fun project. That is my first finished object. And then, if you remember, I mean, it's a companion through the last, I don't know how many episodes. I made this huge sock tube with a sock knitting machine of my friend Stefan, and I'm knitting my way through it. I think I showed you that glittery pair last time. If not, I will edit it in here somewhere. And I finished another pair. This time it was not 100-gram skein, but only a 50-gram skein of Regia yarn. I got gifted from my friend Ulrike, and with the 1x1 tube we made, we got 100 rows of this 50-gram skein done. So I divided it. What am I talking about? 200 rows, I'm sorry. And I divided it in 2 100 row pieces, and then added toes and heels and a cuff, and the foot is a 70 row length, and the leg is 30 rows. And here is the finished sock. And I added, instead of a 10 row cuff, I added a 20 row cuff, a 2x2 in this case. And the body is a 1x1 rib. So here's the another sock, and here it is on a sock blocker. It fits so well. I'm really contemplating of... Sorry. He's sleeping down here, and he's annoyed that I'm talking. Yeah. I'm contemplating if I might undo one of those longer socks and just make 2 pairs out of it. I'm not sure. I mean, I have so many handmade socks or handmade socks. I don't need to do that, and they really fit well if you have such a long leg. And I can, at home, I just fold it over, and it's so warm and cozy. I really love it. Yeah, so but this is the 50-gram pair of socks. I think I used a bit over 25 grams of the contrasting color. This is a Lang Yarns Jawohl. I showed you in the last episode all the skeins I got as contrasting colors, and this is the blue I got there. And I think because I made each a 20 row cuff, it took a bit more than 25 grams of that skein. Yeah. So this is that pair. I really love those colors. It's so pretty. That is my next finished project. And then I just had to do that. So you definitely, well, you maybe saw those short videos I uploaded of my Shawlography. I really had to take part. It was so much fun. I was so excited. I was like, every time a clue came out, and I watched Steven's videos. My friend Jana asked me way before the knit-along started, way before October, before all the teaser videos came out, please help me to not take part, because I don't have the time. I have another call coming up, and so much Christmas knitting, etc., etc. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to keep you from it. But I couldn't help myself, because I thought, okay, what is she talking about? I knew she did the Slipstravaganza the last year, and it was so pretty. And I thought, okay, what is he up to this year? And I started watching the videos, and I fell in love, and then I had to take part. I dove into my stash, and you saw the yarns I chose in the last video and also in the little clue videos I uploaded. And I'm so in love, and it will always be a reminder of Jana asking me to keep her from knitting it, because 2 yarns are from her. She gifted me, do I have this here? Where do I have this? She gifted me 2 hand-dyed yarns. So one skein was one skein was from my birthday. It is a merino, hand dyed by a German hand dyer. I showed you that before. So this is Mondschaf. And then she also, right before the knit-along started, we met for coffee, and she gave me this wonderful mohair silk hand dyed, also by the same German hand dyer, Mondschaf. So I might want to add it into that shawl, and I did. So it will always remind me. I'm sitting too close to the camera, so this won't fit the screen. But here it is in all its glory. I posted it on my Instagram already, and I love this. So it was half the size before I blocked it, but now it's just the perfect size to wrap around yourself. So if you check the border, I tried to do some fading with the yarns I had, and here I just played around, and it wasn't so nice. And right in between there, I mixed up two skeins, and they're in the wrong order, but it doesn't matter. So if you just wrap this around yourself, you don't see it where a color was supposed to go. It doesn't matter. What I did not incorporate in the border was this hand-dyed gray yarn. You see that here in the crisscrosses, and also here. I didn't want to have this in this brownish turquoisey fade. I didn't see that it would fit in anywhere. I think I have it. I have it at the start somewhere. Do I have this here? Oh yeah, I made one stripe of it, and I didn't like it in combination in those stripes here. So I left that out, and I will keep that for socks. But this was so much fun, so wonderful. That experience to take part in this mystery knit along, yeah, I really, really loved it. And I also love the shawl. So I already wore it several times. It is, it's definitely one of my favorite things, accessories to wear this winter. Yeah, and Barbara Knits on Instagram called for a knit-along for socks to match your shawl. So yeah, because I have so much left. There is so much left of this shawl, and I thought about so many socks to knit with those colors, and I ended up with, so I will be able to have 2 pairs of socks, because I think these are almost 70 grams left of this yarn, and I will have quite a lot left of the other colors, so there will be a second pair of socks I can make with the remains of the Shawlography yarns. So the first sock I did, so if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen my progress on the first one. This is the Knitting with Besties socks from Dana Ray Makes. And here it is. The first one is finished. I finished it the day before yesterday, I think, yeah. And the main color is this Lana Grossa hand-dyed effect in the color Nanda. And I've knit this toe up. So what I took from Dana's pattern is just the stitch pattern here. The construction is the one I always use because I have a high instep. So with the, I talked about this before. So with those machine knit socks, there are more stitches on this than on my hand knit socks. So these are 66 stitches. And these are, oh my gosh, was it 72 or even a bit more? I forgot. I will put it here if I remember. And so there is enough space to have an afterthought heel to accommodate my high instep. But when I knit them by hand, I knit an instep and a normal heel flap. And so to have enough space on top of the foot, and especially if you have a pattern with slipped stitches that will just cinch in your fabric, I really opted for an increased instep. Yeah, so this I used as a main color, though it's so variegated and actually self-striping. Don't interrupt me. And yeah, so it's knitted toe up, and then I wanted to start with that sea green BFL here, but thought no, at the beginning it's not enough of a contrast. I just kept it. I didn't mind. And then used the Regia Premium Silk in this rusty red. It is such an amazing yarn. I want more of this. And I also adore the color. So this is so beautiful. And then the next pattern striped is the turquoise BFL, then the hand-dyed Moonshaft, and then the sea green BFL. Do I have something left of this? I think it was just a teensy tiny bit. So for the second sock, this will be just one row, I guess, somewhere in there. And yeah, so, and then again, the brown, the turquoise, and so on and so on. And the cuff is a 2x2, and it's again in the main color. And I did the heel in the brown Regia silk, so to have a bit of a more contrast. So, and as you see, this is bigger than my sock blocker. I cast on 20 stitches as a magic cast on. This is more than I do usually. So to increase to my 66 stitches, that was way too fast, and I knit in stockinette for a while. I think the whole toe is 30 rows deep. That wouldn't have been necessary, but I thought I need a bit more space for the foot because of the slipped stitches, and to accommodate my normal size. But I tried it on now, and yeah, I think I could have omitted about 5 rows of the toe, and it would still fit well, but I'm just making the other one exactly the same, of course. And but the next time I will knit this sock. I love this design. It's so awesome. I will definitely knit that again. It's perfect if you have one solid color and maybe a variegated one, and it looks so stunning. But also if you knit scrappy socks, it's so much fun to play around with the colors. And seriously, I did not plan anything in this, really. So every time I had a dark contrasting color, it just so happens that the Nanda popped up with with the lighter colors, and then if I had this, and you know, it just worked out so well. It was not planned, but it's so awesome. So I'm really looking forward to the next sock, to the second sock. But before I will start this, I plan on finishing the first sock on my other sock project. So just let me put this away. So I have a bit of a structure here. Do I have another finished object? No. Whips. Okay, whips. No, I have a finished object. Okay. So, but to just have the continuity here, I still haven't done a lot, maybe 3 rows on these Paddington Station socks in that plant-dyed yarn from Rain Clouds and Sage. And I decided for December, or for, well, as far as I can get, I want to finish the first sock of this pair and then knit the second pair of the Knitting with Besties socks, and then the second sock, you know, of this. So the Knitting with Besties socks was so fast. How long did I knit on this? Maybe 3 or 4 days, I'm not sure, but it was really fast. And because it's like you want to knit just one more row, but then you actually want to see the whole sequence of those slipped stitch patterns, and then just get on with those stockinette rows in between. Let's just add the other contrasting color, and so on, and then bam, it's so fast and it's done. Yeah, I really love this design, and I also queued I think at least 2 of Dana's other designs. There are simply structured designs, but the effect they have, it's so beautiful. And yeah, I can't wait. There are never enough hand-knit socks. And for this hand-dyed gray yarn I used in the Shawlography, I think I will use anything that remains after that second sock of the Knitting with Besties. And I think I'm going to knit the Courier Socks by Andrea Mowry. They are kind of in the same, let's say, design idea range as the Knitting with Besties socks. But more stockinette and just, I think, 2 stitches that slip. So, but I think it will look nice with this as the main color. Yeah. Okay. The other finished project. So, my iPad almost fell off. Yeah. So, the next project I finished so totally in time for this season and summer. It's embarrassing. And even more embarrassing because it just stayed on Sleeve Island for way too long. And when I just took it up and knitted the sleeves, it was so fast. It's really embarrassing that it took me so long to knit. Anyway, I knitted the Ranunculus sweater by Midori Hirose in a 100% linen yarn. This is Rowan Pure Linen. And let me show you this side, because even though I washed and blocked it, I still have, where is it? a letter here. Let's see. Okay, so, and it's not really fitting well on this hanger, but I had no idea how else to show you. Go. And yeah, so I had this blocked by just laying it flat. If you look, I love that yoke. It's so beautiful. And I think I have a 15 row deep sleeve, and then again 15 rows in the ribbing for the cuff as well as on the bottom. And it looks a bit wonky. I haven't worn it yet. I mean, I tried it on before vlogging and it grew a bit. So yeah, this is such a lovely shirt. I will, and the pattern and the design, I will definitely knit this again. I have a Holst Super Soft in the color Bukhara, which is a rusty orangey colorway, slightly marly, and this will be so nice in wool. And yeah, I don't think I'll be able to wear it in the winter, even though because it's a little see-through, it will need something beneath it. I'm not sure how I'm going to layer it now in the winter. Let's see, I'm not sure yet. Yeah, but it's so beautiful. I really love it. And I'm glad I finally finished it. Actually, it was so fast. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Yeah, these were my finished projects. Now I have several whips I want to show you. The Paddington station socks you already saw. And then I have another embarrassing whip. It's a long time UFO actually. So, so here's a very basic dropped shoulder, stockinette stitched cardigan in the drops alpaca. Well, it's a fingering weight. I put it here. And this is machine knit. So it is probably 2 years ago. I'm not sure. Was it last year or even 2 years ago? I knitted this. And I picked up the stitches for the front. And they were not enough. So it cinched in, it looked horrible. And then I put it away because I didn't want to think about what to do. So last week I pulled it out again and finished the bind off and put it on and checked out, okay, where exactly is it that it didn't work out? So, and I thought, okay, it's because of the V-neck I have here, which you don't see because it's on this hanger and the neck is on a needle still. And I made a V-neck. So, and the shoulder is actually here. The shoulder is here. So, yeah, this is the shoulder. And then you have this V. And when I picked up the stitches, I so did not picked up enough to get those edge in. And I unraveled it and then washed and blocked this garment so I would see that edge better. And now I can put in markers where I need to pick up more stitches and accommodate that shape. Yeah. So I still have about 150 gram skein left. That should be enough because it will not be such a deep ribbing. Yeah. So this looks small, but actually it isn't. Just looks weird, but it's big enough. Don't ask me why that is. It's probably because it's again machine knit and yeah, but it fits. I tried this on. So this is an almost finished project. I just have to make the button band for you. Well, it won't have buttons, but yeah. So, and I really want to finish it because it's alpaca and it will keep me warm. Yeah. Yeah. So the next whip is something I cast on a while ago, but then Shawlography came in the way and I put it aside, and this is just, it is not much. It's not much. This is, probably you can guess, maybe. This is the half and half wrap by Purse Soho. And I'm knitting this. Yeah. Life is hard. Yeah. I'm knitting this out of the Hirose Soul yarn in the color light turquoise. It's the 2130. And this is such an awesomely beautiful yarn. I have 2 skeins here, which is not enough for the first half of this. Let me just check which needle size I have. A 4.5, because I wanted it to be very, very light as a fabric. I bought this yarn in Lillehammer in Norway when I visited my friend Margit. She later moved to the west coast of Norway, and now she came back to Germany. So when she told me she's planning to move back, I asked her, can you go to Hirose? Because she lived, well, sort of close to it in Norwegian standards. I mean, yeah. So I asked her, if you go by there by chance, can you get me some more of that? Because it won't be enough for the first half of the half and half wrap. So you have 350 meters on 100 grams. So it's not really enough for the first half. And because she is a dear person, she did that and got me 2 more skeins of this. And because she's even more fabulous, I asked her, and of course I sent her the money before, I asked her to buy me a sweater quantity of another Hirose yarn. When I was in Lillehammer with her, I bought another skein I thought was so pretty, and I just got one because I didn't have enough space in my suitcase to get more of it. So, and I used it in my, oh my gosh, what was it called? This is a Stephen West shawl, and it's huge, it's so cool. I put it here, I forgot it. And I have it in that striped section with a fin cove, and here in this section on its own, and it's the Ask by Hirose in the light gray color, and you see that it is kind of lightly speckled with that gray fibers. It's so lovely, and I had to love because I think yesterday or the day before I watched Inga's latest podcast episode, Knitting Traditions, and she went to Hirose and bought tons of yarn, and I love that. And she bought a couple of colors of the Ask colorway, and she had a light gray, and I thought, oh, is that the same I got? Because I really love this. And even when I was in Lillehammer in that store, I thought, oh my gosh, it would be so awesome in a sweater. And she had several gray shades, and then also that it's called Mellard Lis Gras, if I pronounce that correctly. So it's like, yeah, variegated light gray. It's a color 6054. I have this in this bag, and I forgot my scissors. And isn't it awesome that they have these in these bags without the air in? So if you ship this, it's taking less space. Awesome, right? So yeah, and here there is a hole somewhere inside there, and that's why the air is back again. And here the skeins. So I have 6 skeins, I guess. And the Ask has 315 meters on 100 grams, and I have 6. I think I have 6 skeins. I mean, it's about 1,400 meters, and this is this should be enough for a sweater for me. Yeah, if not, I have to come up with a solution to get another skein. Yeah, so here I have this in the shawl, and it is so pretty. I love that color, and I'm happy that she was able to get her hands on a couple of skeins for me. Yeah, so yeah, so these are my whips, I think. And we smoothly transitioned into the acquisitions. I have no idea if I showed you that last time, but my friend Stefan ordered some yarn, and he got me a skein of Swartbliss from Ireland. If I showed you that before, I'm sorry. So this is how much is it? 100 gram skeins and 200 meters. So this is a DK weight. Not sure what I will do with it yet, but let's see. It's a very nice color. And then in spring I had a swap going on, and because I de-stashed a lot of stuff, and some people you are also lovely. Some people decided to send me stuff back, and it was so cool. So, and a couple of weeks ago, Rana from Switzerland sent me something back for the yarns I had sent to her, and she also sent me some black. Oh my god, what was it? I forgot how it's called. I will put it here. Some oil that is very beneficial, and it's really lovely that she thought of it. And she also sent me 2 skeins of sock yarn. It's from Lang Yarns, and okay, so I think so it's called Super Socks Color, and I think the color for this one is called Teneriffa. And so it's a bit messy because something got stuck in it when I pulled it from my stash. It's a color 268, so I think it's called Teneriffa. And here you can see what the sock would look like. And the other one is called La Palma. Very pinky. Is that cool? Oh, what's that? There is. Oh yeah, there is a sock model on this. Yeah. So Thank you. And I think I already know what I will do with this. They're not going to be socks. What I plan on doing with these yarns is holding these double, so they're very pinkish, purplish, marley. And I will incorporate them as a contrasting color in the Stephen West knit along at the end of December. So I bought the Hyper Knitting book 2. Yeah, just a moment. Yeah, so it's Hyper Knitting book 2. Let me just take out the letter. So this is the book, and oh no, this is the book, and I want to knit this shawl. So it is the Spiraling Cables Triangle. This is one of the shawls that will be part of the knit along. You can also knit the, where is it? The cabled trellis shawl. Where do we have a big picture of that one? Do we have a big picture of that one? Where is it? Where is it? No, I don't. Small. Okay, I try to show you that without the instructions. So here are 2 samples of the cabled trellis shawl. Was it? Did I say that correctly? Yeah. Oh my gosh. So you can either knit this or the cabled trellis, spiraling cables triangle, which is basically the same, just in a triangle form. I think it's a bit more in a graphic kind of way, you know, more structure. I really like that. Yeah, and because the Shawlography is already a crescent-shaped shawl, I thought, okay, I want a triangle next. And I was really torn which one I would like to knit, and I can kind of see to knit both, and also to knit other patterns from this book. And I will have you knit them with DK, so I will hold 2 fingerings double, and also stay with the light colored trellises, and use undyed sock yarn held double for the trellises. That is my plan anyway. Let's see. Yeah, so this is such an awesome book, and also the people who took part in this book, the photographer, the guy who did the artwork, and the girl with the page layout. So they're all mentioned in here in the credits, and it's so inspiring where they come from, and that they band together for something awesome as this pattern book. Look at this blanket. So awesome. It's the Fanta stitch blanket. So this book contains the cable trellis shawl, the cowl, the hat, and the triangle shawl, and then the Fanta stitch sweater, hat, and blanket. And I think, yeah, so I paid 24 euros for that. And if you buy the printed copy, you also get access to the digital patterns. This is awesome. This is so awesome. And really great, because I don't need to have the book open all the time. I can just use it to just marvel at the pictures and have it in my on the shelf. But when I need the pattern for knitting the shawl, I can just put it on my iPad and mark and underline and whatever, and it's not in the book, and it stays nice and clean and new. Yeah. And then I also got a awesome book from my friend Jana. She knit the Carbeth sweater by Kate Davis, and when she ordered the yarn kit, she ordered a book because I'm a history geek. Well, I'm a historian anyway, but she saw that book and she immediately thought of me, and I'm just in love with that girl. She is so amazing. And she gifted me the Blue Stockings book by Kate Davis and Nicole Paul. And it's so awesome. I mean, it has sock patterns in it, but they're all based on historical stuff, and you have those wonderful historical details and anecdotes and stories about, well, the Blue Stocking girls. It's wonderful. And there's a history on the 18th century fabric making and stockings. A totally wonderful book. I think you can buy that on Kate Davis's website. Yeah, so that's where my friend ordered it with her sweater pattern. The photos in here are also so beautiful. Can you see that? Very, very beautiful patterns as well. So this is not just to learn something about the history of it, but also totally awesome compilation of socks. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so I think that's it. I did swatch for some. So let's see. Oh, this is all in addition of plastic bags. So sorry for the crinkling. I hope I can get this out. So I want to knit a sweater, but I want to knit it as a cardigan. So Lone Knjalten from Hugenitz. Yeah, I put it in here. She has a sweater that is called Slice. It has an awesome construction. You knit it sideways, and I want to knit this as a cardigan actually. And I was diving into my stash to think, okay, what yarns in my stash could I use for that? I didn't want to buy anything new. I wanted to use what I have on hand. And I almost forgot the wool I had in my freezer. So there was this little moth flying out of a box of yarn, and I got panicked and I put everything that was in that box in the freezer. So we don't have enough space in the freezer currently. That is very well, impractical. But the yarn is fine. So I think that was just a random moth, and there was nothing more in it, thank God. And well, I found my stash of Kollektion der Vielfalt wool I ordered. So please go back a couple of episodes where I show you those wools. So this is very rustic. This is endangered sheep breeds. So, and this is the black mountain sheep, Schwarzes Bergschaf. It's very, very dark. So the lighting is not very nice today. So I have a north-facing window in this room. So this is a very, very, very dark brown. Yeah. And to get gauge, I'm holding a double with a drops brushed alpaca silk in black, giving this, can you see that? Pretty, pretty, pretty fabric. So this smells so sheepy. It's incredible how it smells. It's very rustic, kind of rough, but washed it blooms up. It gets softer, but not like merino soft. But in combination with a brushed alpaca, of course, it's not only gets this halo, but it's such a cozy and soft fabric. I really love it. So the slice is knit in garter stitch, and I just put a photo here. And as I said, you knit it sideways from one sleeve to the other and flat, and where you have to combine it, you make visible seams. It looks really nice. The construction looks so fun. I'm really excited to knit it. And yeah, but I want to have it as a cardigan. And as you knit it flat, this is possible. I already made a plan how to do that and what to do about, well, let's say the button band. And yeah, excited to see how that works out, how it will fit. And I got gauge with the needle and the yarn combination I just showed you, and can't wait to cast it on and knit it. But first, I think I will cast it on somewhere after New Year's, because I want to finish those socks. I want to finish the ribbing on that purple cardigan I showed you before, and then there will be the hibernating knit along. I think that starts on the 26th. Yeah, so there is a lot to do until then. I hope I'll be able to podcast again maybe after Christmas with a bit of Christmassy, hopefully wintry footage from around here and finished socks. And then after that, I will cast on the slice. And because I don't know if this is still available, but Hyggenets has a is it? No, it's not with a coupon code. If you buy 3 patterns of hers, you get 1 for free. And that's what I did. Oh. I bought 2 other cardigans from her. So just let me put it here and wherever. Yeah, they are so pretty. I just had to have them, and well, I got the 3rd one free. Yeah. And oh yeah, and I also got, because Sari Nordlund had a coupon code on it of 24%. I think it's still available today, but I have no idea if I will be able to edit and upload this video today on the 5th of December on her Rococo pullover. And I love that lace yoke, and I have had this in my queue for since it came out. And yeah, so I bought it with 24% off yesterday. Okay, no idea when I will knit it and what kind of yarn I will use. I just wanted it. And as I won't have any Christmas gifts this year for myself, I just indulge myself here and there with those little kind of things. Okay, yeah. I think there will be footage at the beginning, and now I will show you something Christmassy, because we went to the Christmas market in Halle Saale, which is the bigger town close to us, and it was really nice. And we had chocolate strawberries on a stick, you know, the fruits you can get dipped in chocolate. And my son had a crepe, and yeah, we also went to the bookstore. So my son is an avid reader. He almost read half of the books I've read this year so far. So it's amazing. So I think he already got to about 50 books this year. So amazing. So he's into fantasy for, you know, 10 to 12-year-olds. So he's reading a lot of Woodwalker, Seawalker, and oh yeah, he likes the Missile End trilogy, where the third book came out just last week. So and our library told us that they already have it, and they have it on the shelf for us, reserved. And what else is he reading? He started with the Warrior Cats, I think, and just let me check. So a lot of ongoing series he's into, just like I am. Oh yeah, he started with the Animox. Oh, and he is reading, I think, the third book in the Map of Magic series, and yeah, and also German books. So I think this is from a German author. Yeah, his name is Jochen Till. So it's called Lucifer Junior, and yeah, Lucifer's son is going to a German boarding school, if I remember that correctly. And he and his friends, they get into all kinds of shenanigans and adventures, whatever. It's really funny, and he loves it. Yeah. So it's always amazing with him to go to the library. So our library here has a huge stock of the most amazing and modern and current books. And yeah, so I'm really happy that my son is a person I can go to a bookstore with, and he's always finding things. What did we buy? So we decided we put it under the Christmas tree as well. It was the newest addition to the School of Magical Animals, I guess. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Sorry. So Christmas market footage for you at the end, and I hope you're well. I wish you a very nice Advent time. I'm not sure if this video will go up today. Let's see. If it does, I hope you have a very nice second Advent, and also a very nice time anyway if you're not Christian and not celebrating Christmas, possible. And yeah, see you next time, and thank you so much for watching. Bye.